Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Good Boxing Podcast with your host, Josh Size. And I'm going to jump right into this episode. This weekend, we had the major my event from Triller, where Evander Holyfield versus Vitor Belfort took place. We had a bunch of good fights, including Anderson Silva versus Tito Ortiz. Now, I just want to sound off on something. I did an episode called The Real Deal on Holyfield as to why Holyfield is fighting. And just to recap it, Holyfield needs the money. Let's be honest. He spent an exorbitant amount of money. He made a lot of money, but as with other things, just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you're going to keep a lot of money. And Holyfield, unfortunately, fell victim to the very common sports trap. And that's you make a lot of money, you think you're going to always make a lot of money, and you end up not having any more money. I know people want to sit here and say, oh, you should learn how to invest. You need to learn how to do this. You need to learn how to do that. But let's be realistic. There are very few people in life that know how to be that great with money, or everyone would have it. It's hard to invest money. You lose a lot of money. And the majority of people aren't that successful at it. So for us to judge a man based on, or woman based on what they've done with their money that they've earned, you're not in their shoes. You've never experienced what they've experienced. You haven't been a celebrity. You haven't been someone that has amassed that much wealth. You have all these people involved in your pockets telling you what to do. Everyone has an idea. You come from nothing, and then all of a sudden you have a means that you've never had before. No one's ever had. You probably don't even know someone that's had that much. And people have been sounding off on Holyfield. And if you don't know, Holyfield got knocked out by Vitor Belfort in one round. And immediately people are saying, oh, how could this have happened? The commission, this is sad. I don't feel sad for Holyfield. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't. I think, truthfully, if you look down upon Holyfield for one, stepping into something that he only knows how to make a lot of money doing, he gave so much to a sport and has pleased all the fans that are saying it's sad are the same fans that turn around and get mad that someone isn't fan friendly, or, oh, this person just ran the whole time and boxed. So you have to make up your mind. I know I am coming across a little insensitive, but don't feel sad for someone that voluntarily went in the ring and got paid $5 or $6 million to do so. I hate saying this, but people do way worse and way more idiotic things, in my opinion, for way less money. And I don't know any fighter out there, unless you're used to making $5 or $6 million, and that's nothing, that would turn down $5 million to step in after a previous card got canceled. And at his age of 58, the guy, like, he's in shape. I'm not going to sit here and say that maybe physically he is in the prime of his life. Clearly he's struggling. You see the guy has damage, but at the end of the day, how is he going to provide for his family? Is Holyfield going to be an announcer? Is anyone out there trying to give the guy a gig where he's going to be able to actually sustain the mess he's made? Are you going to feed his 11 kids? No. So, yeah, he got knocked out in the first round. Personally, $5 or $6 million to get knocked out to make your life a little better financially and feasibly. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time understanding where people are getting off looking down on Holyfield for working. I mean, he showed up. He was a professional. He didn't look out of shape. In fact, he looked better than Roy Jones and Mike Tyson did in their fight, right? Way better shape, in my opinion. He had a real fighter in front of him. He had a guy that was going out there and trying to knock his head off, 41 years old. I'm not sure if this was juicy Vitor Belfort, but you saw he was massive. And let's be realistic. I personally think Vitor Belfort would have done way worse to Oscar De La Hoya, in my opinion. Oscar De La Hoya was way smaller than Vitor Belfort. And I just don't see where people are having this whole narrative, oh, it's disgusting. Why would they do this? Why would they do that? Look at the times we're in right now. People are talking about freedom. Oh, you don't want a governing body to dictate to you what you want to do, personal choice, like all these things that are being spewed out in the media nowadays. You have to sit here and be fair. You have to sit here and look at the other side. Yes, I wish Holyfield didn't have to fight. I wish everyone didn't have to work in order to live, right? But you have kids, you have bills, you have all these things that all the people that are out there judging you aren't going to fix. So stop the judgment. Yes, I don't think Holyfield should get another opportunity to fight and headline a pay-per-view. But if you bought the pay-per-view, it was an interesting fight. You wanted to see if Holyfield at 58, everyone's on the nostalgia play, right? In general, everything's nostalgic. Even movies are just reboots. Clothing is basically reverting back to the past. Everyone now is wearing Air Force Ones after, I don't know if people remember, Air Force Ones had to be discontinued because no one was buying them. So in life, people are going to do things that you can't stop. Stop judging. The guy chose to do it. I cannot judge him for trying to do what he has to do. If he was financially sound, maybe there's another reason why he didn't do it. I mean, another reason why he did it. Maybe there's another reason. Maybe he misses that adrenaline, that maybe he misses the adoration, being the man in the spotlight, the man that headlines a pay-per-view card. As a trainer, I know when my fighters couldn't fight or I couldn't be in fights, I missed it 100%. I missed everything about the event. I missed the nerves. I missed the preparation, the walking around with that sick feeling in your stomach, that basically that adrenaline pumping. You're nervous, you're scared, you're excited. Some people miss that. And that's me at some local level, whatever, right? Imagine being the heavyweight champion of the world. Imagine being on video game covers for Sega Genesis. Imagine being a headliner for HBO, fighting in some of the most exciting fights. Everyone's looking at you. Wow, that was so exciting. Guess what you end up getting? This is the story of the fighter. So when you sit here and you judge fighters for not taking fights while they're trying to get moved along, while they're doing things to make sure they are safe and set up for the future, this is why. So when we sit here and we say, oh, this person's ducking this person or this person and that person, oh, why don't they hurry up and fight already? Forget a marination of the fight. Let the best fight the best. This is why. Because if the best fight the best, someone loses, guess what? They no longer are able to maximize their star power in order to make money. And if they don't make money, guess what they end up doing? Fighting like this, right? This was a champion that fought everyone, that made the money, had 11 kids, made some bad real estate investments because everyone's a real estate guru now or a real estate agent, right? Everyone's gives investment advice, passive income, crypto. All right, yeah, okay. At the end of the day, this is what happens. So $5 or $6 million for Evander Holyfield, I'm going to clap it up because I know fighters now that are older that used to fight. And if someone offered them $2-3 million to dust it off, train for a couple of weeks and fight, they're going to do it. I know fighters that are smaller and would move up just to fight and make that much money. So for us to be here and ride on a high horse, you got to be realistic. Guy made $4 or $5 million in a night for one round's work. I know he took damage. Maybe he doesn't get up, but every time you step in the ring, that's a chance you take. And if someone wants to take that chance, I can't judge them. I understand where people are coming from as someone that really admires the fighters. I wish he didn't have to take the fight, but at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. And it's probably not a popular opinion, and truthfully, whatever. I just want to say, stop feeling bad for this guy. He fought. He made a pretty penny. This is the life he chose. And I'm never going to judge someone for pursuing what makes them truly happy. If this is his decision, it wasn't coerced or was forced and corruption occurred. He chose to do it. He's been trying to fight Tyson. He's been trying to fight all these people. So whatever. I don't even know what to say at this point anymore. But that's the episode for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think you feel bad for Holyfield? And if you do, let me know why. And if you don't, let me know why, because this is an interesting debate.